What if everything you've ever believed about good and evil is incomplete? Most people like to believe that evil belongs to someone else. A dictator, a criminal, a psychopath, someone born different, someone who looks different, someone who thinks differently. It gives us comfort to believe that ordinary people could never commit extraordinary acts of cruelty. Because if evil belongs only to monsters, then the rest of us are safe. But history tells a very different story. Again and again, it reveals something deeply unsettling. The greatest tragedies in human history were not committed only by monsters, they were often carried out by ordinary people. Teachers, doctors, engineers, students, parents, neighbors, people who once laughed with their families, worked honest jobs, helped strangers, and believed they were doing the right thing. How can that be possible? How does an ordinary human being slowly become capable of extraordinary cruelty? The answer is not simple. Because evil rarely arrives all at once. It doesn't knock on the door wearing black clothes, it doesn't announce itself. Instead, it enters quietly. One small decision at a time. One compromise at a time. One justification at a time. Psychologists have spent decades trying to answer one terrifying question. Are some people simply born evil, or does the situation create the person? For centuries, most people believed character was fixed. That good people always remained good. And bad people always remained bad. Then science challenged that belief. One experiment would completely change the way the world understands human behavior. Imagine walking into a university, answering a simple advertisement, and volunteering for what seemed like an ordinary psychology experiment. You are told the study will last only a few days. You will be paid. Nothing dangerous, nothing unusual. You arrive, meet a group of strangers. Then something unexpected happens. Without warning, you are randomly assigned one of two roles. Some participants become prisoners, others become guards. No one is chosen because of personality, no one is selected because of intelligence. The roles are completely random. At first, everyone laughs. It feels like a game. The guards wear simple uniforms, the prisoners wear identical clothes. The researchers explain a few basic rules. Then, the experiment begins. During the first few hours, nothing unusual happens. People joke, they smile, some even feel embarrassed by the strange situation. But as time passes, something begins to change. The uniforms no longer feel like costumes. The roles no longer feel imaginary. The guards slowly begin acting like real authority figures. Their voices become louder. Their orders become stricter, punishments become more frequent. At the same time, the prisoners begin changing too. They become quieter, more obedient, more anxious. Some stop making eye contact, others begin doubting themselves. None of these people were actors. None of them had violent criminal histories. Just days earlier, they had been ordinary college students. Yet something inside the environment was reshaping their behavior. The experiment was no longer testing personality, it was exposing the hidden power of situations. Every passing hour made the transformation stronger. The guards became increasingly comfortable exercising control. The prisoners became increasingly willing to surrender it. The line between role and reality slowly disappeared. Then, the behavior became disturbing. Simple authority turned into humiliation. Rules became opportunities for punishment. Power became addictive. The researchers themselves were shocked by what they were witnessing. An experiment planned to last 2 weeks had to be stopped after only 6 days. Not because the participants were evil, but because ordinary people had adapted to an environment that rewarded domination and obedience. The results shocked the entire world. If random college students could change this quickly, what might happen inside governments, armies, corporations, or entire societies? Perhaps the most frightening discovery was not that evil exists, it was that under the right circumstances, almost anyone might become capable of it, and that realization changed psychology forever. Because maybe, the real danger isn't that monsters exist. Maybe the real danger is that monsters are often created. And history would soon reveal an even darker truth, one that would prove obedience can be more dangerous than hatred itself. The prison experiment was shocking. But many people still believed it was only an artificial situation. They argued that real life would be different. Surely ordinary people would refuse to hurt innocent strangers. Psychologist Stanley Milgram wanted to test that belief. His experiment was simple. Volunteers were told they were helping with a study on learning and memory. Each participant believed they were delivering electric shocks to another person whenever a wrong answer was given. With every mistake, the voltage increased. The person in the next room screamed, then begged for mercy. Eventually, silence. What the volunteers didn't know was that the screams were recorded. No real shocks were being delivered. The real experiment was never about electricity. It was about obedience. An authority figure calmly instructed the volunteers to continue. Please continue. The experiment requires that you continue. Those simple words changed everything. Many participants looked uncomfortable, some laughed nervously, others questioned what they were doing, but one by one, most continued pressing the switch. Not because they hated the other person. Not because they enjoyed causing pain. But because someone in authority told them it was necessary. The results stunned the scientific community. Around 2/3 of ordinary people obeyed until the highest voltage, not monsters, not criminals, ordinary people. History suddenly looked different. How many terrible events were driven not by hatred but by obedience? The lesson is uncomfortable. Evil often doesn't begin with cruelty, it begins with small compromises. A decision not to question, a choice to stay silent, a willingness to let someone else decide what is right. That pattern exists everywhere, in governments, in workplaces, in schools, even in everyday life. The most dangerous question is not, could I become evil? It is, would I notice if I slowly stopped questioning my own actions? History offers one final lesson. The strongest protection against evil is not intelligence, it is self-awareness. The courage to think independently. The courage to question authority. And the courage to remain human, even when everyone else chooses the easier path. Because the line between good and evil has never separated nations, or religions, or generations. It has always run quietly through every human heart. The real battle is not against monsters, it is against the choices we make, every single day.